So have either of you dealt with bullying in the cosplay community? You said you haven't received much as far as towards your race, like you can't cosplay that person because you're black, or because you're a guy, or because of whatever.
Yeah, like most of the time people will not say it to your face. They'll say it behind your back, and you can always catch the last few words that they hear, and you just look at them like, are you what? Why are you so jealous of what I'm doing? Are you mad that you can't do this? And it's just, you just keep doing what you're doing. Just if somebody says something to you, just look at them, smile, because they hate that. They hate that. They hate to see you have fun with something that you do.
Awesome.
Yeah, I have two friends who are both black women who cosplay white characters, and they get so much hate on the internet. It is ridiculous. One of them you may have seen. She does a particularly good Daenerys from Game of Thrones on the internet.
Yeah.
And the other one has done like Toriel and a couple other Lord of the Rings characters, as well as Morrigan from Dragon Age and stuff like that. And they get so much hate, and now, honestly, now they just keep doing it despite those people. Because seriously, what the hell is that? You know, I don't understand why they get so upset about other people having fun. You know, it blows my mind. It doesn't take their fun away. You know, it's not like whoever they cosplay is in some way gonna, you know, reach into their group and take their fun away. So. Well,
I mean, there's a limited amount of fun.
Well, right. Gotta make sure it's distributed properly, I guess. But no, apart from that, I've been okay. I was a bit heavy for a while. I've recently lost about 60 pounds, which is which has been great. But before that, I was very self-conscious and very careful about what characters I did or did not play, precisely because of all the hate that people get, whether they're, you know, overweight or, you know, playing a character of a different race or a different sex or whatever. It made me very self-conscious, and it was a struggle for me to find characters that I could cosplay without going to events and sort of having to worry about what people were saying behind my back or, you know, at the corner, you know, just at the edge of hearing. And
weird. Reaching around and snapping his leg. No, you can't do it. You have to remember the children and everybody smiling. You just have to, I'll see you later in the alleyway.
Fighting in the alleyway is not recommended by Electric County Library District.
So anyway, you know, my advice is just, if you're not going to lose weight and you're just happy how you are, just, you know, do what you want to do. You know, try not to listen to them and just have a good time, because that's really what it's all about.
And haters your enemy.
That's exactly right.
That's what they do best. Okay, so we're going to do one more question, and then we're going to open it up to the floor. And on a positive note, what has been your favorite response to a costume, whether at a con or online? Somebody comes up to you or something, just at the con, and like, oh my God, what is your favorite cosplay story?
Definitely the Nerf punk, I think. Because, you know, when we decided to do that, it was sort of like kind of a tongue-in-cheek sort of commentary on steampunk. Because we were kind of tired of everybody painting the Nerf weapons, and, you know, the Nerf Maverick is like the unofficial weapon of steampunk.
I have a Nerf Maverick.
I mean, so do I, but so we were like, you know, if everybody's doing this, we should just do it the other way, and it would be kind of funny. So we weren't quite sure how people would respond to the Nerf gun costumes. We weren't sure whether they were going to get angry about it and be like, rah, 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 you know, it's painting Nerf guns is fine, you know, I don't appreciate your commentary.
Disrespecting the community.
Right, exactly. And we were sort of genuinely afraid of that when we debuted it for the first year at DragonCon. But you know what? The response was overwhelmingly positive. You know, people would just come up to us and be like, oh, I get it. That is so funny. I love it. you know, and they would have their painted Nerf guns in their hands, and they would come up and tell us how much they loved our costumes, and it really just sort of made that year for us, and it was just wonderful having all the positive feedback for it.
Awesome.
Mine would be when I dressed as Hades for the first time at WasabiCon last year. A couple people ran out, oh, I know you're Hades and stuff like yeah. And I know the biggest one was SwampCon of this year when when me and my friend wore Chimpo and Yao. It is like
It's not the most beautiful thing you've ever seen in your life. They walked in and I was like involuntary praise hand.
It's like when we were just walking around, it was like, oh my God, I know who you are. Can I get a picture? And it's just like, that really made me feel good about myself that I'm making somebody's day, because if you look on the internet, you would never see Yao and Chimpo in drag cosplay. So, and it's like now everybody's like, oh my God, are you coming to such and such con? If you do, bring them. Like, oh, we're only Florida based right now, trying to get out. Yeah, it's just the praise and stuff you get from just wearing the costume. Had a couple of malfunction with Chimpo at one time, but I fixed it. So, yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing like having to fix your costume on the floor of a convention, like all of a sudden something rips. I always have a medicine bottle of safety pins, bobby pins, little mini sewing kit, and everything with me at all times. Actually, if anybody needs, I have safety pins and
It actually gets a little bit, I mean, depending on like what level of costuming you're doing, it can get even more hardcore than that.
like you have a hot glue gun like in your pocket.
Oh no. My group and I have been known to like spray paint in hotel rooms and like.
That is also ill-advised.
Don't tell anybody that. But yeah, no, it's
not sponsored by
no, you should not do that. But no, you know, doing all kinds of like plastic dip spraying in hotel staircases and all kinds of stuff like that. So, you know, bringing everything with you.
Like you have like a small forge like in the bathroom of the hotel room.
Yeah.
Don't do that either.
Last year at MetroCon, has everybody seen Legend of Korra? Yeah, I did a human version of Batu. And it's like I had waited till the last minute to finish everything. So Friday night, I stayed up all night painting the symbols on the costume. I'm like, oh, I'm so tired. And I'm just looking at the time, 1 o'clock. Okay, I can finish before 3. 3 o'clock rolling around. I'm just 6 o'clock. I'm like, okay, it's done. Hang it up. I think I'm gonna lay down. You know, just get the alarm rang, gotta get up and get dressed. It's just finish your costume beforehand. I've learned my lesson 3 times. 3 times. Never again. Now I give myself plenty of time to do every costume.
That's a good plan. We did an Alice in Wonderland cosplay group at SwampCon, and I was the March Hare, and I'm like making my vest the night before, and it's like 12:30, and I'm like hand stitching on polka dots. I'm so sad right now. It's 3 in the morning, and I'm still got like 3 dots left, and stupid vest. I only ended up making like half the vest. I was like, I don't have time to make the other half. It'll be fine. It's the March Hare. It's supposed to look weird, right? Yeah, totally. All right, so we've got a little over 15 minutes left. Does anybody have any questions for our panelists today? You there?
Cosplay that you've done.
I cannot hear you.
What cosplay took the longest for you?
What cosplay took the longest for you to make? That's a great question. You want to come get a prize?
So my group, Outland Armor, has done, oh, that's an adorable costume.
She had a clip with her too.
My group, Outland Armor, has done steampunk Star Wars costumes.
No.
You may not have seen on the internet. But that was probably the longest and hardest set of costumes we've done. I did steampunk Dengar from Star Wars. If you don't know who Dengar is, he's one of the bounty hunters from Empire Strikes Back. So we did a whole set of armor, and we made it out of EVA foam, and oh, that was a time intensive. I mean, making any kind of armor is just such a time intensive process. You know, you have to heat shape the foam. You have to cover it. You have to basically like seal it so that, because the foam itself will just absorb the paint and just not look very good. So you have to seal it and then paint it and then finish it, basically. And in addition to that, we like cut designs in it, and we did sort of like a Middle Eastern kind of flair. So we cut all these intricate designs in it, and put all these things on it, and did battle damage, and and then once that was done, then I had to make all the leather straps and everything to attach it, and so that was several months, I think,
Several months.
of work.
Was it?
It looks great. I mean, the armor is really impressive looking, but I'm not gonna do that again.
Well, I don't have anything as intricate as what he has. I would say Hades took me the longest, from figuring out the design to painting on the blue and black stripes to just everything from styling the wigs. Like, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm just so tired of it. I think my longest costume now that it's taken me to actually do is Winifred Sanderson. Because again, you have to find the pattern, cut out the pattern, find the fabric, cut out the fabric, and like spray dye the fabric. Because she has just this green, like the dress is green, but it has like purple spots everywhere. So I'm like, just so much to do. The book took me, like props usually take me maybe a day to 2 days to do, since I love doing that. But just sewing, I'm like, I don't want to do this